What if I told you that to truly learn a new language, you don't just need a new vocabulary. You actually need to learn how to flex muscles deep in your throat that you currently, only really use for swallowing your food.
I mean, it sounds a bit like a medical procedure, honestly,
Right.
but it is actually the secret to unlocking one of the world's most, poetic and mathematically precise languages.
Welcome, everyone. We are so glad you are joining us for this deep dive. Today, you and I are going to tackle Standard Arabic.
Yes, we are.
But I have to admit, when I first looked at the source material we were using for this, I was a little skeptical.
Really? Why is that?
Well, we aren't looking at some dense, comprehensive grammar textbook today. We're looking at a collection of these beautifully simple, everyday illustrations.
They really are charming.
Yeah, honestly, it looks like a classic, nostalgic children's picture book.
Mhm.
We got these watercolor-style houses, animals, people just going about their day.
It is the absolute definition of disarming, I think.
Right, but wait, we're using a children's picture book. I mean, I thought the standard advice for achieving any real fluency was total immersion.
Sure, that's what people say.
Yeah, or like wrestling with complex grammar structures right out of the gate. How are a few watercolor flashcards going to get us there?
It's a fair question. It really is. But mastering standard Arabic isn't just about memorizing arbitrary sound or complex verb conjugations.
Okay.
It is deeply rooted in understanding how those sounds are physically produced in the human body.
Ah, the physical part.
Exactly. And more importantly, how the words themselves are built from profound, meaningful architectural roots.
Architectural roots. I like that phrasing.
Yeah, so if you start with complex grammar, you miss that physical foundation.
Hmm.
These visual flashcards are going to help us build a foundational, highly practical vocabulary for you.
Which sounds a lot less intimidating than a textbook, to be honest.
Exactly. We're focusing entirely on clear, accurate pronunciation and the hidden logic of the language.
Okay, let's unpack this. I am, I'm absolutely ready to be a student right alongside you today.
Glad to hear it.
I've always wanted to dip my toes into Arabic, but the sheer wall of a new alphabet and new sounds always felt kind of impenetrable to me.
A lot of people feel that way.
So if we're bypassing the dense grammar books, where do we actually start? Because learning a language is kind of like building a house, right?
Mm.
We need a foundation.
We anchor ourselves in the physical space first. It's the most logical place to begin. The structures we inhabit and the objects we use every day.
All right, well, looking at the first illustration, we have a wonderfully cozy-looking orange house with a little chimney.
A great place to start.
Let's start with the absolute basics. How do we say house?
House is bait.
Bait. Okay, that feels very approachable. Almost like the English word bait, but maybe a little softer on the T.
Exactly right. You keep the vowel clear and the consonant crisp, but not aspirated.
Aspirated meaning.
Meaning you don't want a heavy puff of air on the T. Like you wouldn't say beta, just bait.
Just a bait. Now, the next flashcard shows a classic, slightly weathered-looking blue door with a golden handle.
Right, so for door, the word is bob.
Bab, like B-A-B.
Ah, let me stop you right there.
Uh-oh.
Listen closely to the difference. I said bob. You said bob. You rushed it.
Oh, I see. I'm treating it like a short English syllable. You're really drawing out that middle sound.
Yes, and that is absolutely crucial for you to practice. In Arabic, vowel length is not just about an accent. It can completely change the literal meaning of a word. You don't want to just say a quick bab. You want to emphasize that long A sound.
So, holding it longer.
Right. Think of the A in the English word father, but
Yeah.
hold it for just a beat longer.
Bob.
Bob.
Wow.
I feel that.
It forces you to slow down a little bit.
It does.
It demands a bit more patience from the speaker. Like you can't just rush through the sentence.
It dictates its own rhythm, for sure.
Now, this next one is interesting. The illustration shows a beautiful mosque. It's white with these brilliant blue domes and tall minarets. I think I actually know this one from hearing it in the news, but I want to get the mechanics right with you. Is it masjid?
That's very close. Let's just refine the syllables a bit. It's masjid.
Masjid.
Yep, the S is sharp, the J is like the J in jam, and the short I is crisp. Try again. Masjid.
Masjid.
Perfect. Now, what's fascinating here is the absolute brilliance of Arabic word construction.
Okay, lay it on me.
I mentioned earlier that words are built on meaningful roots. This is the perfect example to show you how the language actually works.
I'm intrigued. What do you mean by roots?
Well, the Arabic language relies heavily on a three-consonant root system. Almost every single word can be traced back to three core letters that carry a broad concept.
Wait, really? Just 3 letters for everything?
For the vast majority of words, yes. For example, the root for the concept of bowing down or prostrating is SJD, sajada.
Okay, SJD, prostration. I'm tracking.
Right. Now, when you add the M sound, specifically ma, to the front of a root, it often acts as a modifier that denotes the physical place where that action happens.
Oh.
So if SJD means to prostrate, mer SJID literally translates to the place of prostration.
Oh, wow. Wait, that is incredible. It's not just a random label for a building.
Not at all.
The word itself describes the exact physical and spiritual action taking place inside of it.
Precisely. It turns vocabulary memorization from a chore into a process of decoding logic.
That is so cool.
You aren't just memorizing sounds, you are learning a mathematical formula for meaning.
That makes it so much easier to remember. Masjid, the place of SJD.
Exactly.
Okay, let's keep going and furnish our bait. The next illustration shows a bed with a little figure fast asleep under a green blanket.
The word for bed is serir. Roll that R just slightly if you can. Serir.
Sarir, okay. And next to the bed, we have a simple, sturdy wooden chair,
That would be kursi.
kursi. And finally, resting open on that kursi is an open book.
Book is kitab.
Kitab. Okay, wait a second. My brain is working on that root system logic you just taught me.
Oh, let's hear it.
If masjid is built on SJD, what is the three-letter root for kitab?
You are picking up on the patterns perfectly. The root for book is KTB,
KTB.
and that root carries the core concept of writing.
KTB writing. Okay, so if I apply the place of rule we learned with masjid,
Go on.
if I put a ma in front of KTB maktab, does that mean something?
It absolutely does. Maktab means a desk or an office. Literally, the place of writing.
My mind is officially blown. That is, it's like a linguistic family tree hiding in plain sight.
It really is.
You learn one root, and suddenly you have the keys to unlock half a dozen other words.
It is a beautifully elegant system.
Okay, so the architecture of the language like masjid and maktab is built on physical actions. Does that same root-based logic apply to the people who inhabit these spaces?
It does.
So if I want to talk about the community, am I also describing their core actions?
Very frequently, yes. Moving from the physical structures to the people who occupy them is the next natural step in our illustrations here. Let's look at the community.
Sounds good. We have an illustration of an older man. He's got a distinguished mustache, wearing a sharp blue suit.
For a man, the word is rajul.
Rajul, and down below him, there's a young boy in a bright green sweater.
A boy is walad.
So Rajul for the man, Walad for the boy.
Correct.
Now, let's look at what these people actually do. Our next image is instantly recognizable. A man in a white coat with a stethoscope.
The doctor. In Arabic, that is tabib.
Tabibi. Next, we have a truly classic classroom scene. A teacher standing at a green blackboard, chalk in hand, doing some math, it looks like.
Ah, yes. The teacher. This is a brilliant word for us to practice today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it connects right back to the root system. The core three letters are NLM, which deals with knowledge or knowing. The word for teacher is malim.
Mu'alim. Let me try that. Mu'alim. I feel like I'm missing something.
You are.
Because when you say it, there's a sort of deep catch in your throat. Mu'alim just sounds flat when I say it.
You have an excellent ear. Yes, there's a sound there that simply does not exist in the English language.
I knew it.
It's the letter ain, the first letter of that knowledge root. It occurs right in the middle of mu'alim.
So what does this all mean for an English speaker like me or the listener? How on earth do you and I even begin to produce a sound we've literally never had to use before?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, you have to realize that English primarily uses the front and middle of the mouth, the lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue. Arabic, however, utilizes the entire vocal tract, going all the way deep down into the throat.
Okay, so guide me. Where should I feel this in my throat?
Think about the hook we started with today. Imagine the physical sensation of swallowing.
Like actually swallowing food.
Right. Right as your throat tightens and constricts to push food down, that exact muscular tension is where the ain sound is born. It's a voiced pharyngeal fricative, anatomically speaking. But practically, it's a tightening deep in the throat. Try to make an ah sound, but pull it way, way back and constrict those swallowing muscles.
Okay, let me try. Ah. Ah. I just sound like I'm at the dentist. Or like I'm choking a little bit.
Pull it further back. Don't use your vocal cords as much as the muscles around them. Squeeze.
Squeeze. Okay. Ah.
I am
Better. Now put in the word mu'alim.
mualim. Oh, wow. I felt that.
You feel the difference, right?
Yeah. It takes genuine physical work. Like, my throat muscles are actually engaging.
It does. It requires engaging muscles you usually only use for eating. Let's look at another profession that requires a completely new sound placement.
Okay, my throat is ready.
We have an illustration of a shopkeeper standing behind a counter selling colorful clothes.
Right. The shopkeeper or the merchant?
That is Tajir.
Tajir. Okay, that one's a bit easier on the throat.
Yes, very straightforward.
And speaking of what he's selling, the next card shows a light green long-sleeve shirt.
For shirt, the word is kwamis.
Kamise, like with a K. No, that's an English K. You are hitting the roof of your mouth. Listen to the depth of it. Kamise.
Oh, I hear it. It's deeper. It's almost clicking in the back.
Spot on. This is the letter cough. In English, you make the K sound at the soft palate, roughly the middle back of the roof of your mouth.
Right, kaka.
Exactly.
Right.
But for cough, you need to slide your tongue even further back, right to the uvula.
The uvula, that little punching bag hanging at the very back of your throat.
That's the one. You have to temporarily block the airflow right there. Kamise.
Let me try. Kamis. Wow.
You got it.
It really feels like you are getting a workout. You're just stretching the boundaries of where human speech can even originate.
Exactly. You are officially utilizing your entire vocal tract now.
All right, well, my throat is officially getting a workout today. But let's take these new phonetic tools outside.
Good idea.
Because if the language is this deeply tied to the physical body and human actions, I'm curious how it handles the natural world.
The natural environment is a vital part of daily vocabulary.
And we have some great illustrations here. First up, a very happy-looking white dog.
Dog is kalb.
Kalb. Notice I used a regular K there, right? At the roof of the mouth. Not the deep punching bag sound.
Exactly right. That is a standard K in Arabic. But the next animal uses the deep one. Curled up happily in the grass, we have an orange cat.
Cat is... Wait, let me guess the sound based on what we just did.
Quit.
Oh.
Yes, you hit the cough perfectly.
Quit. It's incredibly satisfying once you find where it lives in your mouth, you know.
It becomes muscle memory.
Next, standing proudly on the dirt. A very vibrant rooster.
Rooster is deek.
Geek. Okay. Now, moving to the beasts of burden. We have a sturdy gray donkey standing in a patch of grass.
The word for donkey is himar.
Himar. And right near it, a beautiful brown horse with a little saddle.
Horse is hisan.
Okay, let me practice those. Himar, Hisan. Just like saying hello.
Ah, I have to stop you again.
Wait, what did I do? I thought I nailed it.
You used an English H.
I did.
You did. You were just sighing. You're letting a gentle puff of air out like, hello.
Oh, right. In Arabic, there is a letter for that soft puff of air, but that is not the letter used in these words.
So what are we using?
Himar and Hisan use the letter ha. It requires sharp friction.
Sharp friction.
Yes. It is entirely distinct from the soft H. If you use the soft H, you might completely change the word you're trying to say.
So it's an intense, breathy friction. How do you, and I replicate that, I need a physical analogy. Friction. Wait. Oh, I think I get it. It's like when it's freezing outside in the middle of winter and you walk up to a cold glass window and you want to fog it up with your breath to draw a smiley face.
Okay, I like where this is going.
You don't just sigh at the glass, right? You tense up the back of your throat and force the air out hard to create that warm mist. Like, ha, that breathy friction. Is that the sound?
That is brilliant. Yes. Hold that exact position and tension. That fogging the glass sound is the Arabic ha. Try it with the word.
Okay, let me fog the glass. Himar. Excellent. Now the horse, hisan. Note that the ez in hisan is also a heavy emphatic S, not a light one. It drops the jaw.
I love that analogy. Every time I see a horse or a donkey now, I'm just going to think about fogging up a winter window. Himar, hisan.
It's those visceral physical connections that make the language stick. It's muscle memory as much as it is mental memory.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. I'm looking at our next animal, the camel. But the source material actually gave us a cheat code for this one.
Oh.
Yeah, right next to the illustration written out in the Arabic script.
Yes, the illustrator decided to give a literal text clue there.
So, how do we pronounce the cheat code?
Camel is Jamal.
Jamal.
Yeah.
Simple and elegant. Jamal. And finally, looking up from the animals on the ground, our last illustration takes us to the night sky. We have a bright, glowing white star. Naj. Wow, what a poetic-sounding word. Naj.
It really is.
Well, I have to say, I want to enthusiastically congratulate you. Yes, you listening on, successfully navigating this audio-visual vocabulary lesson with us.
It's a lot to take in.
We have covered so much ground today. We built our physical foundation with the bait, the house, And the Bab, the door.
We did.
We learned how the masjid is intrinsically linked to the concept of prostration through the S.J. Drith.
We populated that world, meeting the Rajul and the Walad.
We conquered the phonetic gymnastics of the Mualim, the teacher, and learned how to use our swallowing muscles for the Ain sound.
And we found our uvula to go shopping for a Kwamis with the Tajir.
Yes. And we explored the natural world, the Kalb, the Quit, the Deek, the Jamal.
And we fogged up the winter window with the Haimar and the Hisan, all under the light of the Naj, the star.
This has been incredibly rewarding. It didn't feel like a sterile grammar lesson at all.
It shouldn't, but it's important to remember that true fluency doesn't just come from listening to a deep dive once. It comes from seeing your actual physical world through these new sounds. So my encouragement to you is this. When this ends, look around your own room, point to the door and confidently say, Bob, holding that long vowel. Sit down and label your kursi. Pick up a kitab. Make the vocabulary physical in your daily life.
I am absolutely going to be doing that. I might even try to find a window to fog up just to practice my ha's.
Sounds like a plan. But before we go, I want to leave you with a thought regarding that fascinating 3-letter root system we explored today.
Ah, the linguistic family tree.
Exactly. We saw how SJD meant to prostrate, creating masjid. We saw how KTB meant writing, giving us kitab for book and maktab for desk. That logic applies to almost the entire language.
It's like a matrix.
It really is.
Right.
So here's a thought for you to ponder long after we sign off today. Think about how this root system fundamentally changes the way you view the world. If language truly shapes reality, how might speaking a language where everything is sonically and logically interconnected, where a book, a desk, and a writer are all immediately recognized as variations of the exact same core action, change the way your brain processes information? How does it change the way you see the relationships between a house, a community, and the natural world around you when you know that beneath every word is a root that connects it to a broader human experience?
That is going to keep me thinking for a long time. It changes everything from a list of isolated words into a massive, interconnected web of meaning. Thank you for taking this journey with us, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.